So, Blizzard have just pushed a new build on the BFA Alpha. Now, there'll be a number of changes which I need to digest, but there has been one change to Retribution Paladin. It's not one of the biggies. That may still be to come. It's just a little one, but it's nonetheless a significant one for two reasons. Now, as you may recall, in my last appraisal of the last build, I said how brilliant the new talents were. The direction they're taking Ret in is very exciting, very sensible. And I identified only one dead talent, and that was Judgment of Light. It's no longer there. It's gone. And it's been replaced by, and this is the second point, Selfless Healer. Not one of my favourite talents, never was, even though I sometimes took it. It has its uses, and that's a key point. It has its uses. It's not a dead talent, and it's replaced a dead talent. So I can now look at that and say, there are no dead talents anymore. I can envisage situations where tuning, as long as the tuning is done right, I could use all of those talents at some time or other. But the second point, and the most important point, it's not one of my favourite talents, but a lot of you guys do like it. And I know that because you've said to me, but also you've been saying to Blizzard, you've been posting on the forums, you've been tweeting to Blizzard. People have asked for Selfless Healer, specifically asked for Selfless Healer. Now, this reminds me of in the Legion Alpha, early Alpha, when there was no Divine Purpose. And a lot of people said, do you know what? We really enjoy that playstyle and we want it back. And Blizzard put it back in. All right, they put it back in eventually across Crusade. That didn't turn out too well until we got Soul of the High Lord. But nonetheless, they put it back in. And the same things happened with Selfless Healer. And it doesn't prove that they are listening to feedback and responding accordingly. They may have decided to do this anyway. But then if they decided to do this anyway, then you could ask the question, why wasn't it in the last one when, it's such a simple one to have put in? Why wasn't it done with all the other talents? Now, I'm just going to take it so we can show you, for those who may not be all that familiar with what it is, how it works. It works in much the same way as before. Value is slightly different. In fact, one of the things it does is when you use Judgment, you get a stack of it, and you can stack it up to 3 times. Now, Judgment has a fairly hefty cooldown these days. So it's not straight. You have to be on it to build it up. You see, we've got a stack there. Reduce Flash of Light casting time by 33%. Now, realistically, of course, 33 1/3, because if I can find something to hit again quickly before it wears out, I've stacked it up 3 times. That means that my Flash of Light is instant cast. So that's fine using on myself. It means I can do a quick sneaky Flash of Light on myself as I'm running away. So how much healing does Flash of Light actually do? Well, 2,747 on this character with 24,500 health. So, it's doing a bit over 10% of my health. It's the sort of thing that's a little top up or something to save me from dying from a relatively small amount of damage and dying in embarrassing circumstances. But it's not doing anything game breaking, really. It's not like a lay on hands where I have a big emergency heal at my hands. It's Flash of Light at the end of the day. However, it's called Selfless Healer. The reason for that is if we stack it and use it on someone else, then it does more healing. So with 1 stack, it does 10%. With 2 stacks, 20%. And with 3 stacks, we can actually do 30% extra healing with it. Even in that circumstance, it's not going to be something that, again, is going to be a big lay-on-hands type emergency heal. It just means that, if we do want to use it on someone for whatever reason, there we go, there's the 3rd stack, it will do 30% more healing on them. So we're going to get more healing on someone else. Some people do this as a sneaky little thing to increase healing for whatever reason, just by automatically doing it on target of target. Then they're effectively keeping the tank topped up. In a dungeon, that might actually be quite useful if you use it sensibly. Remember, you're not going to be able to build the stacks up on this very quickly because a judgment, at this point, my judgment is just over 10 seconds cooldown. I don't have a massive amount of haste. Bear in mind, it's 17% haste in this leveling gear that I've got. Of course, if I had Inquisition, that would be an extra 10% haste. But what I would take from this, as I say, is They're certainly working on these talents. They're certainly working to remove what are clearly dead talents, because it's very notable that they removed Judgment of Light, and they've replaced it with a talent that not only is useful in certain circumstances, even though I'm not terribly excited by this particular one personally, but they've replaced it with something that people have asked for. And even though, as I say, we can't absolutely prove that they've done it because of that, they may have done it anyway, it certainly gives you encouragement to keep posting that feedback. Keep posting the feedback. I would also ask people to think about the things they're asking for, but do keep posting that feedback, and I certainly shall as well. So there you are. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a like, comment, share with other people, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later.